All right. 5, 4, 3, 2. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're back. We're so back. Back like Texas to episode 30. And I forgot to title the recording in the top, but it's episode 30, I believe. So look at that. What a milestone. And then we're nearing 100 posts on social media.
30 like Curry.
30 like Curry. Exactly. So I'm your host, Will Glover, along with the two Galloways, Ryan and Spencer. One's internet is good, the other one is not. Fellas, how's it been? How's your last your 2-week vacation been?
2 week. 1 week.
It's been pretty much 2.
Yeah, it's been
It's always a vacation for you guys. Y'all don't do anything, so
Cap, tybsports.com.
Hey, by the way, you need to log into the Gmail because I keep getting emails for that, and I don't know what's going on. It's something about the website, so figure it out. tybsports.com.
Don't worry about it, I've hacked all of Will Glover's emails.
I hope so.
You know.
So that gives me an excuse to be irresponsible. I'll get it out.
Okay, good deal.
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
So, lots happened in the last since the last time we recorded. We gave our playoff predictions
Tom
last
Brady
time.
roast.
We could talk about that later. This is NBA. This is NBA related.
Gronk.
Nope. Terrible. Absolutely
They did my
miserable.
boy Gronk dirty.
This is a basketball podcast for the day, and we can talk about it later.
Oh man.
Oh no!
Honestly, it's a basketball podcast for the foreseeable future.
Honestly,
until the finals
we
is
might
over.
restructure at this point.
And then in the summer, it's going to be an F1 podcast.
Oh,
Where
is
it's just
it?
going to be me.
What?
Is it?
It
now?
would be just me, yeah. And then when we get to playoff baseball, we'll make it a baseball thing, and we'll bring Will
You
back.
know
in
what?
the
Let's
fold.
just do it now. Let's
keep
just
Ryan
do
on
it
the
now. Let's just do it now.
Lando
Norris won. Let's
go.
What happened? It wasn't
Downfall
Max
of Max
Verstappen.
It was someone
Verstappen.
different than Verstappen. You know what?
That was actually
very
crazy. That was
refreshing.
actually really crazy.
refreshing.
It's a crazy thing.
Did you see the prices
It was-
of the food and drinks at that race? If you haven't seen it,
Yeah,
Oh, I
Miami
can only
especially.
imagine.
No, but
I was there.
they were
we were
selling-
both there last year. Man,
they were selling 5 beers for $60. They were selling food like appetizers for
like a
$200.
package deal?
Yeah, go look up online. Go look it up.
oh, it's nuts.
It's terrible. Inflation.
So wait, you can buy 5 beers for $60.
Yeah, while you're there.
That's about how much they are at the AT&T Center, and that's to watch the Spurs.
No, but they're
So,
two little
it
12-ounce
kinda
ones.
makes sense.
They're little 12-ounce. So
Not good. Not good.
at least the
Little
ones at the
snack size,
Spurs,
little-
they get you right. They're little 16 to 18 ounces.
Yeah, that's true.
They're big
pour
ones. They're
at
big
the
boys.
Frost Bank Center.
Yeah. Shout out.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of the Frost Bank Center, shout out to San Antonio's own Victor Wembanyama on just now, about 2 minutes ago, right before we were about to start, on his Rookie of the Year, much deserved Rookie of the Year award winning. Congrats to Wemby, my GOAT. MVP next year. He should win DPOY this year too, but
Nope.
that's just bait. And you know Wembanyama deserves it over Gobert, but
Honestly, Gobert has wowed me. Like, not just this playoffs, but this year. Like, I was the biggest Gobert hater. I'm actually a bit converted. I'm kind of team
Really?
Rudy. He's a cool guy.
well, he just celebrated the birth of a child today. So
Yes, he did. Congrats, Rudy. And now hopefully he gets those dad superpowers. I know
Jokic is
when
cooked.
Derek White
They're
had a
cooked tonight.
child,
They're cooked
it
tonight.
absolutely changed the trajectory of Derek White's career when he had a child. So
It changed everything.
Yeah,
it changed everything. That's when the energy shifted.
that's when the
Honestly.
energy shifted.
Yeah.
All right.
It's still shifting though. We still haven't won anything yet, but it's shifting.
Yeah,
Hold on.
there's
we will. We
maybe
will.
The
because
process is still processing. The shift is still shifting.
the
energy
process is
still
done.
shifting.
The process is over.
The process is complete.
Process
The
failed.
process ended in New York City.
Yeah.
I guess no, that game
It
was in
ended in
Philly, wasn't
failure.
it? But last game was in Philly. But who cares? I'm glad it did. I hate Philly with a passion. So
Thank you.
Not a more deserving
Good
fan
job.
base
That's
than
a
to
good take,
lose
bud.
and heartbreak every year. Not a more deserving.
good
Actually,
take.
that in Boston and Los Angeles. So
There it is.
Oh,
You just hate winners.
that's the
Say it.
best.
Are you even a
thing
winner?
about you is to say that you don't like Philly.
Was that our first F-bomb of the day already?
I really don't even feel
I think
like the
so.
mic even picked it up. I think you
but I
could just
heard it.
leave it in.
Nope, I'm not going to.
I didn't hear it.
Ryan didn't hear it. So
Well, Ryan is Ryan. Boston, can we even consider
so true.
Boston a city of champs? Can we
Yes.
Can we consider the Celtics key contributors?
Do you want me to list it for
No,
you?
no. The Red Sox and
Yes.
and Bruins and Patriots, yeah, sure. Those contributors. But what have the Celtics done in the last 40 years?
those are contributors.
One championship?
In the last,
40? Oh.
hold on.
84.
How many years ago is 40 years?
Yeah, 84. What's happened since 84?
Yeah, that's multiple. That's
That's
multiple.
like two, right?
Multiple championships.
Three?
I think it's
86
two. I think it's
and-
I think it's just 86, isn't it?
All right,
So
but
two in the last
You have
two
to
in the last
hold on.
40 years.
You have
Terrible.
to look at the Boston Celtics
Nope.
period between Bird and Pierce with a little bit of
I don't.
grace.
Not at all.
due to the, yes, you do. Yes, you
Don't do
because
coke.
the entire franchise was set up for the
Don't do coke.
90s with
Don't do
Lynn
coke.
Bias and
I don't
Reggie
feel
Lewis.
bad for him. I feel bad for Reggie Lewis. I don't feel bad for Lynn Bias.
You don't feel bad?
Don't do
You don't feel
cocaine.
bad for
Don't squander
people
your
who
future.
died?
Don't. Yeah, I feel bad for the families. I don't feel bad for the shitty decision he made to get high as a kite and die because of it. I feel bad for
Celtics.
Wow.
I don't feel bad for Celtics fans.
harsh.
I feel bad for his family. That's terrible. I don't. If you're gonna, it's like Jose Fernandez when he was on all those roids and cocaine
You're doubling
and drove
down.
his damn boat
You're doubling
into
down
a
on Jose
jetty.
Fernandez?
Yeah, he was high as
That's
shit.
crazy.
Wow.
Dude, people get high every day.
And drive.
People on this podcast get high every day.
I don't.
I won't say. I won't say. People doing coke was like doing a jewel in like that time. It was just like
Wow, what a comparison.
juuling was like doing coke.
I want you to
So,
double down on this one. Double down on it right now.
I am. It was a much more popular thing at the time. You didn't know what was going on.
Thank you, Ronald Reagan. Politics now. You want to
Yeah.
get into that? Anyways, we're not going to.
Nope.
My dad listens. My dad's going to be like, don't make fun of Ronald Reagan. Anyways, cheers. I don't care.
Won't make fun
Yeah,
of any
Will,
presidents
don't.
on this podcast.
The presidents are the best people in America, and they deserve our respect and for us to listen to them.
They are the most honest and trustworthy individuals in the history of our nation.
It's true.
Leaders of men.
Surely none of them have ever taken lives of innocent people.
Nope, and nothing happened at Watergate either.
And nothing happened under the desk in the Oval Office either. So don't even ask about that.
It's never
Don't even
happened.
check.
Nothing happened over
There's
in
no
the Middle
tunnels
East.
either. There's no tunnels. Don't ask
No
about the
tunnels, no Middle Eastern conflict.
No.
Nothing
Don't ask
happened in
about
New
the
York
tunnels.
City in September of my birth year. It's all good.
Nothing happened.
America's
Well, something
a great
happened, but
country.
I don't know what you're alluding to.
Something
All
did
right,
happen.
conspiracy Will is back, so we need to shift back.
What if we did a whole
India before we get
podcast
too
based
far
on
gone here.
conspiracies? Thoughts?
That's your alternate.
Sports
No, you can have an
conspiracies.
alternate channel.
I have a sports
No.
conspiracy, and that is the MLB is.
Oh,
I told
my-
Ryan. I told you this too. The MLB is paying umpires to suck to push this
They're
automatic
not.
strike zone technology because they're heavily invested in it, and the more they can sell it out, the more money they make.
Wait, Will, you forgot to put your tinfoil hat on.
Yeah,
Ryan.
I'm not buying that.
That's not even a far fetched one, considering all the
what's
shit.
what's stopping the
not
It's
MLB
not.
from doing it anyway? What's stopping the MLB from doing it tomorrow?
Money.
What do you mean, money?
You're going to lose because people don't want it at the end of the day. I don't know.
To hell with it. People didn't want anything, and
I don't
they,
know,
they
man.
suck it up.
That's
and
why
do it.
it's just a conspiracy theory, and there's no backing on it. Hence why it's called a conspiracy theory. But what if? What if? Anyways,
I.e., he's just
They could
Yeah,
put in
I'm
the
just
electric
talking.
strike zone tomorrow, and viewership would change like 5% for a month, or maybe the remainder of the season, and people would be back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because people
we're all
who
still
watch
watching
baseball
until
still
August.
If
would
you
still
watch,
watch baseball.
if
I
you got to be a
promise you.
diehard at this point to watch. Baseball's a tough watch right now, honestly. I'm not even going to lie. It's kind of sad.
Yeah,
Uh,
I catch maybe one Sox
well,
game
you're
a week,
bandwagon,
if
so.
that, and I'm not watching the whole thing. But
It's tough to watch
I
baseball
watch
as a
full
Cardinals
games in the
fan.
summer. I watch full games in the summer, but until the playoffs are over, everything else gets nothing from me.
Yeah,
It's just tough.
yeah. NBA is king right now. And let's talk about NBA.
And nothing's beating the NBA playoffs right now.
No,
I mean, this
great
is like
series.
also it's we have great series. All the old guys are out, which is going to be interesting for how it like actually affects overall.
I think the Thunder
like
have a
a
much better
macro
chance now that they don't
Sure,
have any shot at playing the Lakers because the Lakers are the only team that was really dominating them over the season. And I don't think the Nuggets get out of the second round. So
that's a wild take.
the MVP does not get out of the second round for the second year straight.
Oh, I thought you meant Jokic second year straight.
No, Mr.
Because
Embiid.
Jokic was definitely the MVP last year.
Yeah,
honestly,
but
he really was.
He was, and he got robbed.
I know that's
voted
not
for
how it
T,
went.
BS, and it's just like when Derrick Rose won the MVP. He didn't deserve that. Anyways,
Well, what's great about this postseason,
you always mention it.
unlike a lot of others, is we've got rid of the ultimate casual fans because LeBron, Curry, Durant out.
it's pure basketball.
all the
It's
people
pure
who
hoops.
just it's just pure hoops, and we have a
Hoops.
chance. The NBA has a chance to build up some of these young guys for the first time. Since I think LeBron, Curry, Durant have been in every playoff since like 2005. So
Something like that. Yeah.
now you have some new names. You have Edwards. You have SGA.
Edwards,
the young Thunder
man.
Squad.
Anthony Edwards, what a dog. What an absolute.
I know he's so fun to watch.
He might be the best player in basketball.
That's another
Right
insane
now.
take. He was
That's
a month ago. Everybody would have said he was like top 12 to 15, and now
he's top 5 right now.
5.
Yeah.
Absolutely nuts.
He's
he had
playing
12
like-
points in a game last week. So let's just pump the
Yeah,
brakes.
but he
a
was
little
doing things on defense. He's all around
bit.
player.
Sure.
Impact
That's great.
player.
I love Ant.
but
He's definitely better than Tatum.
But
so.
this is definitely okay. That's crazy. This is definitely I love this for Ant, but I've lived this with Tatum. He is
Just
being
pump the
pushed
brakes.
up. He's not gonna. I don't think they're gonna make it out of this series with Denver. They might. If they do, that's amazing. They're not gonna win a title this year, or probably even next year. And so, in 2 to 3 years from now, when they don't have a championship, Minnesota or Edwards, then it's going to be all of a sudden the question that looms over him: why hasn't he won anything? And it's like, well, because he's not ready. Minnesota, I don't think is ready at all. Their best player is 22. Young guys don't win championships.
Yeah, but some of those guys
and
have
it's
experience.
not fair. Well, yeah, but it's
Sure.
not fair to Anthony Edwards to be, shooting him up with this narrative that he's the second coming of Michael Jordan and he's
that's
the best
insane.
player in the league right now. Because then when he loses to the two-time MVP Jokic and a still very good Denver Nuggets team, and then next year when they're probably still not ready, like Spencer said, they lose again in the second round or the conference finals, then you start getting, maybe he's not who we thought he is.
Yeah.
No, he's just 23 years old. Like,
Yeah.
what are we talking about here? Jason Tatum's 26, has been to the Eastern Conference Finals in more seasons than he hasn't by far, and has already been to the finals against the Warriors dynasty, and now he's a playoff choker.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So Anthony Edwards,
there's
look
a
what's coming for you.
lot
bud.
of players that have gone through this. We're going to see it with SGA too. I don't think the Thunder are going to come out of the second round either. And we'll get to previewing some of these other series. But SGA, Edwards, Luka has kind of avoided it up until this point, even though they missed the playoffs last year. But they had the one conference finals run early, and I know some of the Dallas teams haven't been very good. Certainly not as good
Those
as this
teams
Minnesota
have
team.
sucked around him, to be fair.
So this is probably the best chance that Luka has had at it yet. And I do like their chances to get to the conference finals. But yeah, on the Edwards thing, it's been amazing. I'm super excited to watch it tonight. That's the best series going right now. It feels we're definitely spoiled to get it in the second round. This is like a conference finals type of battle. I think whoever does come out of this is going to the finals. I feel pretty confident about that. These are the two best teams in the West. But yeah, this is the best series going right now. Denver and Minnesota.
Should be fun. I think Minnesota comes out of it. I think they win tonight, and I think they win in 6. I think right now the way Minnesota's playing, that Suns team was not bad. Of course, they were very out of touch with each other. They were out of sync. That was not a bad Suns team though, and the Timberwolves made them look really pathetic, like really pathetic. And yeah, the Nuggets 1-5. Los Angeles led 70% of the entire series.
That's very true.
And Los Angeles is not a good team. And they showed why they're not a good team because they choked every single. They're not. They're not. Whoa.
They have 2 Hall of Famers.
What is happening?
Oh, yeah. Definitely a plane like right in my window.
Oh, okay.
I think it's going to hit the building.
Goes back to that.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm not.
No, doesn't go back to that.
Yeah, I thought I was taking off.
To Will's point earlier.
Yeah. Anyways.
No, don't sound the alarms yet.
The Lakers they're not a good team. I just, you got to say for clickbait, all of our hyping up of the Lakers. As a LeBron fan, you wanted the hype. You wanted LeBron to make it. It's probably his last chance unless he goes somewhere else.
You did. Not we, bro.
Y'all didn't because y'all hate LeBron for obvious reasons. I mean, if I was a Celtics fan, I would hate LeBron too. But
literally my favorite non-Celtic. But go ahead.
So yeah, Lakers sucked. Terrible season. Waste of another year of LeBron's never-ending prime. What a shame.
And he's definitely wasting the next 3 there because they're going to give him this huge deal and they're not going to have any freaking money to spend.
It's LeBron's fault at this point. That's why I was mad at LeBron because I know exactly what's going to happen.
It's LeBron's fault. I mean,
he's going to take $50 million a year. He's going to screw
60.
Whatever team. It's 60, whatever it is. And he's just going to screw whatever team he ends up with. If it's with the Lakers, with someone else. They're going to end up drafting his son, wasting a draft pick on his son. All right, have fun. Lakers deserve
How
it.
upset
So.
do you think LeBron was when Will told him that he was mad at him?
LeBron he was in tears, lay tears, fell down his lay cheeks. Yeah. So yeah. With that being said, Timberwolves will win this series, and Timberwolves are going to the finals at this point. I don't see any reason why they don't. A finals in Minnesota will suck though. Well, you can explain.
I see a 7 foot. I see a 7
Pull
foot.
a picture in Nicole.
I see
250-pound reason that he's gone. That they're not going to make the finals.
They have Nikola Jokic, but the Timberwolves got Jaden Daniels. So
yeah, they got Jaden McDaniels. Yeah, they do.
Jaden McDaniels. Sorry, Jaden. I was stuck in a different mode. My bad.
I don't want to trash your Minnesota love because I think this Minnesota team is really fun, but they have one primary shot creator, and what Denver failed to do in game 1, they never doubled him. They never took the ball out of his hands. Mike Malone is too good of a coach. Denver's too good defensively. They're going to pivot. They're going to have an answer for Ant. Not to stop him. He might still get 30, but can they slow him down? Can they make it a little bit harder? Because every time he would get KCP on him, it was a fadeaway, or it may have even been a tough shot, but he ended up getting an open look. And I just don't think that they're going to allow him to just crush them. I mean, you want the other guys to beat you, Jaden McDaniels. You want Mike Conley and Karl Towns, who's a known, I don't even call him a playoff choker, just a playoff dork. Like he's got a Shaq and a Fool
a playoff
career
dork is awesome.
He's just a dork. He just mows people over, excessive fouling. He's always got foul trouble late in these games. He's a playoff goofball. And then Rudy Gobert and Naz Reid combined for like 50% of their offense in the fourth quarter. That won't happen again. That weird flick shot off the backboard that
will
hit,
happen again. These guys are great.
That will not happen again.
Yes, I promise you it'll happen multiple times in this playoffs again.
Maybe Maybe Dad Gobert. Maybe it will. I don't know. But the Naz Reid, like 15 straight fourth quarter points.
That fed me.
That was insane.
That fed my Naz Reid narrative that I brought a couple weeks ago on the show. He played like a top 30 player. And you know what? I'm going to stay by it. I'm standing on it. And then they
benched him for Karl Towns. Then they benched him.
They won. So who cares?
It's insane. I know they won. But
is Chris Finch, was he he was coaching from behind the bench, right? He's kind of protected.
Yeah, he's like way deep in the bench. Can't stand or anything. He's just screaming at the top of his lungs. So
poor guy.
Yeah.
He might be the only coach to ever get a season-ending injury as a coach.
That's
and maybe
rough.
win something.
That sucks.
Season-ending. He's playing through it.
Yeah, he is.
He's out there.
Did he have surgery?
He's out
on
there.
it?
He's giving it his best.
Does he still have a torn patellar?
I think so.
I would hope.
I would assume he had surgery.
Yeah.
You can't just let that linger.
That's what I'm about to say. Yeah. Oh well.
Might tear further.
Ryan knows a lot about. Ryan knows a lot about high chairs. Our little baby, our little goo goo gaga.
He knows a lot about torn patellars.
I was about to ask, is my chair too high? But no, you're just saying things again.
Yeah, he's just.
But that's okay.
Mumbling and bumbling.
Just
Will,
Ryan.
What did you think about the Clippers? The Clippers Mavericks.
The Clippers disappointed me, and that's because Kawhi Leonard has ever since.
Now, did the Clippers or did Kawhi?
Kawhi Leonard has disappointed me ever since 2017.
We know who he is now. We know who he is.
For the last 7 years, Kawhi Leonard has disappointed me in ways a person cannot imagine. Whether that was on the Spurs, 2019 he didn't disappoint, but besides that one fluke year, and what Kawhi did in 2019, it's such a fluke at this point. It makes you think that this guy had top 10 potential and just could never live up to it, because I don't know if he's trying to dodge, if he was dodging. I don't know what the hell's wrong with him. They said he was at 80%. Like, go play at 80%. This is
they are the one. The Clippers withheld him from those final games, which was the right move, because in games 3 and 4 when he played, he looked awful. He was awful. He was like more than a step slow. He couldn't stay in front of anybody. His shot was short. Like, do
we blame this on
you don't have your legs?
Do we blame this on their training staff? Like, what is happening with?
I don't think so. I think that's just who Kawhi
is.
Honestly, I don't know what value.
Yeah.
I don't know what value he has, but if you're the Clippers, you got to seriously look to maybe move him and go get someone who can actually play a season, at least 60 games, and then be there in the playoffs.
I agree.
It sucks, but ever since Kawhi showed up in LA, this is what we've gotten out of him, and they're paying him all this money to pair him with Paul George, who is also not ever on the court, and they're definitely not on the court at the same time. We saw more of that this season, which was awesome. And then when it mattered most, we, of course, didn't. So I think that you got to look to maybe not a full rebuild, but you have 2 injured stars, and then you bring in all these washed big-time scorers and playmakers. And
there you go.
It might have worked if Kawhi was healthy. It might have worked. I think it would have worked if Kawhi was healthy. But
it would have worked.
Yeah, I don't know if it would have worked or not.
What do you get back for Kawhi? What do you get back that turns you on?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know what his trade value is.
Get back for him at this point.
The better question is, who is trading for Kawhi? What does that team look like?
The Lakers will find a way to get a package, and
the Lakers should do it if the Clippers are asking, but they're not. The Clippers are not doing that. There's no way in hell.
I don't know what team would want to sit through the pains and the struggles
exactly. They're stuck with them.
Come with Kawhi Leonard, honestly. I wouldn't.
There's a lot that comes with him. He's got a lot of baggage.
Now, if we were able to trade like Keldon Johnson for Kawhi Leonard back to San Antonio, then fire away.
Keldon Johnson wouldn't warrant you a second-round pick.
Yeah, he would. He'd get
you a few seconds.
If you dangled him in front of like the Hawks or because bad management, you dangle him in front of teams with bad management and you'll get a first-round pick. The Lakers would bite.
The Charlotte Hornets, when
the
they were
Hornets
owned by
might.
Michael Jordan,
Yeah.
would definitely have done it.
Yeah,
They would have
the
done
Hornets
it.
would've.
Jordan would have been like, "Go get that kid. He's good. I like him."
The Nets probably would. So
Maybe that's a 20-point per game score. Keldon Johnson,
20 points on 40 and 30%.
Yeah, on a horrible split and on a bad team, but
Instead of 50, 40, 90, it's 40, it's 40, 30, 80.
It's 40. Yeah, it's just miserable. Not even 80. I don't even think he shoots that
And
well
he
from
doesn't give a
line.
damn about defense. So,
Oh, definitely
Mr.
not.
Swing Door. That's why I don't like.
That's
I want
the
to talk
Spurs roster, dude.
25 seconds on this. Trae Young should not come to San Antonio because you're already putting a historically bad defensive player on a historically bad defensive team. That would just be nightmare fuel. That would look at the Pacers this year. That's all I'm going to say. No further comments on the Spurs.
Wemby.
You have Wemby, and Wemby makes that team. Wemby makes that team from the worst defensive team in NBA history to just a really historically bad
Second
defensive
worst?
team. Yeah.
Okay, real quick. We're on the Spurs, and we're not going to talk about the Spurs for more than 15 seconds, but I had a thought.
Go ahead.
It's totally up to Will because this is Will's thing. The draft lottery is Sunday at 7.
Draft
Do
lottery
we
special.
do if it favors this, if it's a good thing for the Spurs, if they end up with 2 picks or a good pick, do we go live, our first live, or do we do a 30-minute emergency reaction to it? Something to think about.
You can do it
could be
live on
fun.
YouTube.
Yeah, that would be
I'd
fun.
have to figure out how to set it up, but we could do it.
Be easy.
It's easy.
Yeah, it's easy for you morons because you don't have to do it. You just show up when I send you the link.
I got a guy I can ask. I got a guy.
I'm the guy.
No, the guy you're going to ask is me.
No, I got a guy.
Name drop him right now. Name drop him.
Jude McLaren of the SSPN
Okay,
podcast.
that's fair.
See, they go live every day.
That
It's
was my
amazing. I watch it
Jude,
every day. It's
Jude,
great.
you
Yeah, Will,
unfollowed
stop
me on
being an
social
idiot.
media, and I got really butthurt. Why'd you do it? For no reason.
He ain't listening.
For no reason.
He don't know you like that, little bro.
He did, bro. We hung out all the time when we lived at 319.
And when I lived
No, he was there more.
at Oxley, I'd have you both over. It's fun.
There you go. Anyways,
Throwback.
where the hell? Oh, you're talking about draft lottery. Well, that doesn't matter. We're talking about the playoffs.
It doesn't matter anymore.
All right. Quick recaps. I'm going to name off series, and you're going to give me 2 to 3 sentences on what you thought about.
2 to 3 sentences.
Just make it. You got 30
Miserable.
seconds tops. Okay. Thunder Pelicans. Either you can start.
I mean, what did we think was going to happen? Pelicans are kind of an embarrassment of a franchise at this point. I love Zion. It sucks that he can't play when they need him to play. And Pelicans won't, but they need to move because they're giving away tickets and no one's still going to the games.
Yep. All right, Spencer, your turn.
No notes.
Clippers, Mavericks. We already talked about it a little bit. Just summarize it.
Clippers are at a huge inflection point now. I don't know. They're moving into this new arena. They're finally trying to rid themselves of the stench of being the Lakers' little brother. But are you really all in on this big 3? This big 3, quotation marks on big. I don't know. This team is expensive. It's often injury prone, and there's no results. And this is year 4 or 5 of the Kawhi and Paul George thing. As much as we love those 2 players individually, where has it gotten them? But they're too big to rebuild. So I don't think they're going to rebuild. It's just kind of a weird time to be the Clippers.
Actually, I did want to talk a little bit about the Clippers' future.
No, you can't change the rules.
I can because I own this. So
You can't change the
not-
setup.
2 to 3 sentences, Will.
the Clippers need to rebuild. Okay, right now they need to get rid of everyone. Why these guys
They're not
have
going
somewhat even an ounce of trade value left. I don't know what you would get for Westbrook. I don't know what you would get for Harden.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Very little.
Yeah, so I
Very
mean,
little.
it's an absolute disaster.
You could move Paul George. You could
could
get something for Paul
Paul
George.
George has an option, and I think he's going to opt out.
Just a friendly reminder of what the what Paul George turned into for the Thunder. It was what SGA. Who else was it? It was like Giddey, I think.
Yeah, it was just a couple picks. Was it Giddey?
But they turned into
a pick.
Yeah, in the form of a pick. They've turned into all those guys. So good job.
Yeah.
Good job, Clippers. All right. Timberwolves Suns, real quick. Ryan, you got this one.
Can y'all hear that?
Not really.
Okay, good. Someone decided that 6:30 is a good time to mow the side yard. Anyway,
you think 7 o'clock's a good time for a
Suns?
haircut? So
okay,
yeah. Can we talk about that later?
Okay, it was the only look. I go to the same person because I like consistency. It was the only time available, and I have a big day on Friday, and I need to look good for it.
Congrats.
End of story. Anyway, thank you. I appreciate that. Timberwolves Suns. The Suns' big three is a colossal failure. They never played enough together to gel on the court in the regular season, and it showed when they were all on the court together. And it was like they were kind of fighting over the ball. Drama between KD and Vogel kind of epitomizes things where KD's like, oh, I don't like his plays. What does that mean? Okay, whatever. Anyway, the Timberwolves are a really good team, really young team. I think it's going to be the end of the line for them against Jokic and the Nuggets, but I would love to be surprised. The Suns need to go back to the drawing board. They sold their depth for star power because of an owner who just likes the fancy, shiny things and doesn't know what it takes to build a successful championship caliber team.
Shout out to Sheba. All right. Nuggets Lakers.
Well, I feel like you should take this one as the most honorary LeBron smoocher.
He's a Lakers fan.
Disappointed but not surprised, and I'll leave it at that. I think that's a perfect summation of that. So we'll move on. Celtics Heat. Both of y'all can go. Go ahead. I know we haven't even talked about the Eastern Conference.
Where do I even begin? God, dude.
That was the Western Conference recap since we just pretty much strictly talked about the Western Conference. Let's get in more detail. Celtics Heat. Give us a little recap for those who did not watch the whole thing.
You shouldn't have watched it. You shouldn't watch much of it. I mean, it's just miserable. Outside
of a fluke game 2, that was a generational 3-point scoring performance from the Heat. It was murder is really what it was. And Jimmy Butler talking shit from the sideline.
And
or not even the sideline, from social media.
I was actually really
Riley.
Scared after game 2. Because any other
Drama.
without last year, if I had never seen or known about last year's results, I would have said, oh, this is such a fluke. This was literally the most threes in a game that the Heat have ever made. And the Celtics looked like they didn't even give a shit about this game.
But they did it last year.
So, of course, Miami won. But they did it last year. And I was like, well, if we lose another game, I might do terrible things to myself. But yeah, they ended up really just being a fluke. Now, it's not great. Like nobody's talking about the Celtics and nobody's thought about Tatum or Brown or the Celtics team at all in months. So they're kind of been forgotten about. People still know they loom large over this title hunt, but nobody's really thought about the Celtics. And now they're going to go. Yeah, they're going to go into this next series against Cleveland. I expect the same. I think Don will steal a game. Donovan will steal a game, I feel like, because he just can.
Donovan will get his game.
And then
he's going to have his big performance.
He'll have a game.
And he averages 30-something against the Celtics already.
But
yeah, he's a beast.
That bench really kind of sucks right now. Very stinky.
Yeah, they have no depth, and right now they have no Jared Allen. I wouldn't be surprised if we go to Cleveland 2-0, drop a game there,
Is he coming back
wrap it
or
up
no?
in Boston. I don't know. I think it's
kind of up in the air right now. Not sure. Probably not ready for the first game, though. Or at least the first 2 games.
And that would be a huge loss because Jared Allen in the paint, especially on offense, I think he would give us some problems.
He definitely would.
Well, Jared's an issue. He was averaging 17 and 13 against Orlando before he went down. But
he's questionable. He's questionable for game 1.
I doubt he plays
not
in
enough
game
to
1.
change the series outcome.
Kristaps just one inside move, right in on him. He's done.
Well, we don't even have Kristaps now, so
Send in Tillman.
Yeah,
That's
Allen,
the worst thing about
gotta
that
go,
Miami
bud.
series. Is we finally have our Porzingis injury. Like we were wondering, like he's been pretty healthy this year, and then we just there it is.
He'll be
Playoffs,
fine.
round one.
He said he was fine.
He'll be fine. He'll be back for the
He'll be
conference
back
finals,
by
I
the
feel like.
finals or Eastern Conference Finals.
He might be back this
So
round.
that
You might
should
not
be
need
good.
him this round though. So
No,
I don't think we need him this round,
we won't bring him
but
back.
keep him healthy.
If we did, I think he would.
He would play in games. If it went to
him.
game 6, then he would definitely suit up, and
Yeah.
then it would be over. But yeah, Allen averaged 17 and 14 on a steal and a block in the first round before he got hurt. So
He's a
that would be
beast.
problems. That would be, but he's questionable. He probably won't play game 1. Is that tomorrow? Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, we'll see. Maybe. I doubt it. Yeah, that'll be a pretty boring series. I was going to say earlier, the this year's Celtics team reminds me a lot of the 2014 Spurs, where everyone kind of just put them in the back burners because everyone knew what was coming. So it was kind of.
Well, I really hope you're right.
Yeah, because it's who's playing for second at this point right now. I don't think there's any team better.
The Celtics, exactly. The Celtics are gonna, hopefully continue to, but steamrolling their way through the East, and it's not a sexy headline like Minnesota upsetting the Nuggets. There's a lot of sexy headlines over in the West. The East is just Celtics
More of
win.
the same.
Okay,
Yeah. So
Predictable at this point.
all right, so next series recap, since we're already kind of talking about Celtics Cavs, let's talk about how the Magic, sorry, not the Mavericks.
Everybody's been doing that.
Yeah.
I'm happy for Orlando.
I thought they were going to
have
win.
an exciting young team. I didn't think they were going to win. They're so young, but how about Paolo Banchero?
How about
He's him.
Spence put it perfectly
He's real.
yesterday. Spence put it absolutely perfectly.
What did I do?
What did you say, Spence?
What did I say?
You sent a text about Paolo Banchero.
Oh, Paolo Banchero.
Something you were doing.
What are you
Paolo
doing to
Banchero,
him?
I'm pouring honey on you. I'm pouring honey on you, goat. He's the goat, dude. He's amazing.
That picture you send with it is the single worst thing I've ever seen.
I sent that to everybody afterwards. I told Evan, I'm Evan sends a prize picks slip when he
Evan
wins.
sent that.
I told Evan I was pouring honey on him.
We were sitting in his living room. He was like, "Oh,
awesome.
look what Spencer just sent me," and it's the
He didn't even respond. That idiot.
he forgot.
Showed off my work.
It's probably because Ohtani probably hit a home run like right afterwards. It's
Yeah, I got
He has
that.
a short attention
yeah,
span.
you just dangle something in front of him, and there he goes. So, God love Evan. He had the yard house, the half yard pint or half yard of beer. It's truly an impressive feat.
It's a lot of beer.
It's a lot.
All right, I just texted Evan. So
You
we'll
asked
see if he
him, did you
replies.
say you were pouring honey on him?
No, I said, Evan, go get you a half yard.
Oh no,
Oh, nice. I don't
Evan's
think
a
you should
working
do that.
man.
He texted me earlier. He texted me the same thing he texted in the group chat. This is the year they're having fun. And then he started just listing the names of Dodgers players and then said, "Did you watch the roast of Tom Brady?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Okay." Thanks, Evan.
Just another day with Evan.
Okay,
Just
that
another
is
day.
Thanks.
that is awesome. I love that so much.
Good.
Oh man.
That's awesome.
So yeah, Paolo Banchero, we are pouring honey on you, goat. You should have posted that.
Yes.
Post that on. You should. You had a chance to post that on
it's
social
not
media.
too late.
You know
It's
what?
too
You know
late.
what I want to say about the Magic, though?
Wait for Jason
You know-
Tatum to drop 60.
Yeah.
Please.
You know what I want to say about the Magic? One last thing before we move on. I've been told that there's mutual interest between the Magic and Klay Thompson. And if there was a place
He's
for
been
him
told.
to go to rejuvenate, average 15 a game, hit his threes,
15.
play a better role
He's
for
getting
him,
10 if he's lucky.
that's the spot.
Will could average
That's the
15. Clay could average. Clay just averaged like 20.
Anyway, so my
he's getting
sources
10
are
points a
saying
game if
that.
he's
Watch
lucky.
out for that in the coming months. But yeah.
Well,
They-
Paul George is also linked to Orlando a little bit. I think that's more so Orlando showing
That's not
interest
happening.
than Paul. But Orlando's like a couple of those little pieces, and then mostly just experience away. I mean, they need Franz Wagner to not
crap his pants
on national TV.
Absolutely,
Franz Wagner, I am not pouring honey on you, dude. That was so
Jalen Hurts-esque, just everywhere, all over the place.
That was terrible. Good thing that for like Darius Garland and the rest of the Cavs that they won because they were all about to get flamed or traded because they were
Garland
all
had 2 points. Yeah,
Garland
miserable.
was about just miserable.
I mean, Clay would be Orlando, a good fit.
Yeah. They're the young team. They're on their way, and that's at this point all you can be happy about if you're Orlando because the last 10 years have been terrible, miserable.
Yeah.
Awful.
With the exception of that one fluke season, what was it, in 18 or something, where they
Terrence Ross?
Yeah.
A Terrence Ross Magic squad?
One of those seasons, I was like, look twice, second. But
yeah. No, I mean, Orlando's fun, and they're a few years away from really being something to think about. But, hey, pushing a good Cavs team to 7 games and almost taking it, that's really impressive. So
they probably should have. It was kind of Magic versus the refs in the fourth quarter.
And they also couldn't stop Donovan Mitchell at all. They were all swinging doors for him. And, I mean, that's one of the most unguardable players in the league. So I get it. But, good on Orlando. And we can have the hit song return next year. It'll be good.
Yeah, social media team. Shout out to them. Yeah, it was 2018, 2019, and then they had to run into Kawhi Leonard, unfortunately. Which is why Kawhi Leonard's the biggest what if ever, because he dismantled every team he faced when he's in the playoffs healthy. Anyways, enough of Kawhi. I'm sick and tired of talking about him. That was a good
Spurs
series. Fan. I love Kawhi. Well, I understand. Anyways, Bucks Pacers.
Ugh.
I'm glad it happened, but they went down with a whimper. It was pretty pathetic. That was a pretty pathetic series. That
was a Doc Rivers team.
Yeah, that was beyond pathetic. Really. There's not
this
much else.
This series had some moments that were fun to watch live, but I didn't watch much of this series. I got to be honest.
It was terrible. It was a terrible watch.
Orlando one, I did end up watching more of that one, and that was the NBA TV series.
Which we were joking about, saying that no one's going to watch it. It turned out being arguably a top 3 series this playoff.
Milwaukee? With no Giannis and no Dame? Ugh, God, that's horrible to watch.
We're letting Bobby Portis
Chris Middleton throwing up shots.
Chris Middleton, kind of is the big winner here because he shows he still has a lot of value. And if you're Milwaukee and you need to retool this roster, I don't know if it's better to keep him or shop him. Maybe you get a team to overpay for him. But that series overall, that series was rough, man. Even Halliburton was still not very good. I don't know what the hell is wrong with this kid.
He fell off so hard.
He's not still hurt. He's just in a rut.
Halliburton fall off needs to be studied because he was perhaps the best point guard going up to the All-Star break or before he got injured. He was the best point guard in the league. And we saw that in the play-in tournament too when they played really well. It should be I don't know. I didn't really enjoy watching that series. Dame's got to go.
No.
That was the worst. That was the worst trade. One of the worst trades in the last 15 years in the NBA. It really was.
And it made Boston better.
That's why it was one of the worst trades because they thought they would get better and they accidentally made their rivals 1,000 times better. It was you took one step forward, but you took 20 steps back.
Go get Drew.
Yeah.
Like, how did they not know that?
One step forward, 20 steps back.
And if they did know that, how did they not realize that was going to be a miserable thing to happen for the rest of the league?
Yeah. So the Bucks screwed themselves and they screwed the rest of the league. So Boston fans, be very thankful. Yeah, there you go. Say your thanks. And the Timberwolves and the Trailblazers got a lot better too. for the future.
Yeah. I like what the Blazers are doing.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I need Scoot to show me
Where's Scoot?
something.
What is Scoot doing? Is
Scoot
Scoot
is
practicing right now?
Scooting
He
on his
better
ass
be in the
somewhere.
gym.
Yeah. Scooting his way over to the gym, putting up some shots.
Yeah. Taking those damn goggles off too, man. This guy has like
the goggles are what helped him.
Is it?
He started playing so much better once he put the goggles on. So
once he put on the mask.
Yeah, they didn't know who I was until
until I put on the mask.
Scoot will be fine.
That's a good meme.
Not very, very underwhelming. Very underwhelming rookie season for him, but not everyone.
I mean,
it's hard.
14-5.
It's hard to compare.
Yeah,
it's hard to compare when you have Chet, Wemby, and Brandon Miller in your rookie class. They all had great seasons. So, anyways, shout out Bucks. You suck. Made everyone else better, but you made yourself worse.
Hate you, Milwaukee.
Hate you, Milwaukee, with a passion. Worst fans in the league too. Shout out Bucks fans. Y'all suck. Worse than Celtics fans. Worse than Lakers fans. That's tough to do. It's tough to do. I know you are, and you know that you suck. So,
and you're a Lakers fan, so whatever.
I'm not. I'm so glad LeBron's tenure with the Lakers is over.
Borderline.
No,
borderline.
Is it?
I hope so because I don't want to have to buy a Lakers jersey. So,
closeted Lakers fan.
I like the guys on that Lakers team. They were fun guys. They were fun guys. They sucked in the playoffs.
Oh, you like Rui Hachimura?
Yeah, I'm sure Rui Hachimura is a great guy. I'm sure.
Yeah,
y'all in on D'Lo.
D'Lo's a funny guy. You remember you watched the videos in Brooklyn when they did the dance on the sidelines. Yeah. I like those. Jared Dudley, man.
A lot of
Lakers
winning.
legend.
A lot of winning on those Nets teams.
But they had fun. So.
What's crazy is that I just thought about this. Every stop that D'Lo has the team gotten worse.
It gets worse with them.
Yes. Golden State, LA. The team has gotten worse. And then he
leaves.
Worse.
You know, it's funny. He leaves, and then the team does so much better.
Then they get better. Minnesota's much better. Golden State won the title after they traded Brooklyn. Got KD and Kyrie. Like every team has gotten way better.
He was good in Brooklyn though. He was good.
So are the Lakers title favorites when they part ways with D'Lo? Is that what's?
Yeah, you just can't help yourself.
No, I'm just saying. Historically, every team gets better when D'Lo leaves. So
they'll trade him with Kawhi. They'll do a Clippers Lakers.
Kawhi for D'Lo would be one of the most lopsided trades. I don't even care if the injuries come with. That would be one of the most lopsided trades ever. Anyways, Knicks and Sixers. Good series. I'm glad the Sixers went down.
Yep. That was an incredible series, though. Like we can't just it was incredible.
It really was. I enjoyed it. Every game went down. Yeah,
game to game was amazing.
And I got my end result. So
yeah, getting Philly out in the first round. Oh, bless.
Philly and Milwaukee being out in the first round, and Miami.
Beautiful.
All I need is the Celtics. All I need is the Celtics to lose. So we're almost there. We're 3/4 of the way there. Up. Spencer. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought you took both out.
Right here.
I thought Spencer was done listening.
No.
Yeah.
It's charging one AirPod at a time.
You couldn't charge him before you got on the show?
Nope, that would make way too much sense.
That's fair. I appreciate your honesty. Yeah, so where do we go from here? We already talked about...
shout out Tyrese Maxey real quick.
Go ahead.
Playoff riser Tyrese Maxey and playoff faller Joel Embiid. Just want to note this. Joel Embiid is, for some reason, I know there's been injuries throughout his history, and we shouldn't overlook that entirely. But, hey, man, next year you're going to be 31. Make it to one conference finals. Please. You're an MVP. Make it to one conference finals.
Nah,
really
make it to a finals. Please. Make it to the finals. You know? I'm done with this. Oh, he made a conference finals. He's okay. No, you got to go all the way. At this point, you got to go all the way. Conference finals don't mean anything. Trae Young and the Hawks made it to a conference finals, okay? And that team sucked. So, I mean, they weren't that bad, but it's the Hawks. They suck. Yep. See you, Spencer. So yeah, Embiid is a fraud. Is a fraud. Sorry, I choked up. Embiid's a fraud. Luka's a fraud right now until they can make the finals. Sorry. Tatum's a fraud.
What?
Tatum's only 19, though. My bad. He's only 19.
Thank you. And he meets your criteria perfectly.
Just a kid. He's just a kid from St. Louis.
He's just a kid from St. Louis, just like Will Glover.
Nope, not true. I'm from TCU, apparently. It's your favorite.
Big Fort Worth guy.
Oh, Spitzer. Oh, wow. So. Spitzer's moved on to the headset. All right. Join me.
He's moving up in the world.
You can tell he can't hear us because his eyes are lazily gazing right below his camera.
That's good. What else you want to talk about?
We got to talk about the Eastern Conference second round. We already talked about the Cavs and Celtics a little bit. I mean, there's not much to talk about. The Celtics are going to blow them out of the water. So,
you want to talk Pacers and Knicks? I
do, because that's going to be a fun series.
I think it's going to be a fun series, honestly. It'll be a fun series if Halliburton
if he shows
fixed.
up.
I just want him to be better. We've seen what he can do. You know, like Halliburton, let me pour honey on you.
Dude.
But no, we're going to get Knicks Celtics conference finals, aren't we? And that's going to be amazing.
It's going to be awesome. And that's what we were hoping earlier, 2 weeks ago when we were talking about playoff matchups, is we were hoping for Knicks and Celtics. And so it looks like that's what we're going to get.
Yep. And the only thing that would make that better is if Porzingis was healthy for that, and if Randall was healthy for that. Especially
Randall
Porzingis,
will come back.
Not just because I'm a Celtics fan, but
it's good for basketball
because Knicks versus Porzingis, they hate each other. It's going to be awesome.
Oh yeah, him playing a game in MSG, a playoff, a conference finals game in MSG will feed me for so long.
A lot of things feeding you.
I know. I'm a big boy. I'm a big hungry boy. That game's on right now, actually. It's 13-14 with 5 minutes left in the first quarter. That'll be a shootout. Although the Knicks are good on defense, the Knicks also have a great offense, and the Pacers don't have a good defense. So high-scoring games here. Is he back?
Oh, I'm back.
Oh, hey, welcome back.
You just missed us. You missed us talk about Knicks.
Well, he can hop in later.
Knicks
I do want to mention before Spencer chimes in. The Anunoby trade. One of the better trades, one of the better trade deadline acquisitions in recent memory. Really was.
I mean, yeah, he's a Thibodeau guy, like by the definition of what a Thibodeau guy is. So
yeah, and
I'm not
just
surprised.
Really good on both sides of the ball. Gives you what you need, and is not a primary scorer to where you're taking looks away from Brunson. So.
No,
and of course,
it's what they needed, and losing RJ Barrett made them.
Yeah, and having. There you go.
That's true.
But also, and having Josh Hart on that team, another Thibodeau guy. Thibodeau got the players he needed to.
Absolutely.
I feel Josh Hart's knees are going to be so cooked after the season's over. He's averaging like 44 minutes a game or something like that. Something unholy. It's something high. But yeah.
These are just like playoff grinders, like ultimate grind set type of dudes. And yeah, that's the Thibodeau way.
Yeah. This is another team where they just have a bunch of great people, great guys on their team. They all gel. Fun to watch. Fun to cheer for.
So easy to root for this team too.
I don't like Knicks fans, but I like the Knicks. So
do you like any fans of any fan base that's not your own? And should you?
I don't even like Spurs fans.
He doesn't even like Spurs. Spurs fans.
Spurs fans.
I'll tell you that right now.
Some of the best fans.
You won't find an uneducated group of fans.
Thunder fans aren't bad.
Continue. No,
they've been through a lot.
Okay.
It doesn't mean they can just be in our face about shit.
It also you just have to. It depends on who you run into, right? Because there's going to be certain groups of fans that are awesome and like understanding of the sport and like their other
Raptors
teams.
fans.
Do they exist?
Toronto fans aren't bad.
They weren't the ones that were cheering when KD ruptured his Achilles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
Speaking of Warriors fans, suck.
Warriors fans are bad.
I know two of them. Love them to death. Great guys.
Are they?
the second we start talking about basketball, no, actually, one of them sucks.
Ryan, this is a mini
cool.
Ryan's rant because I think Kings fans are good, but you don't.
Kings
and I know
fans
Evan doesn't.
Deserve the
I thought
world.
Kings fans.
They have the most like effed up finals in history, or West Finals in the history of the sport, where there's actual, the ref literally goes on record and is like, yeah, we're kind of like pro LA in that series, and that was the closest they've ever been to winning a championship.
Kind of pro
yeah,
LA.
Exactly.
You got put in jail for it.
They're really fun. Like they light the beam, and they got like even last year's team, they overperformed, exceeded expectations, but they love that team. And I've never met a toxic Kings fan. Like I think they're humble.
Yeah, because there's nothing to be toxic about with that team.
Most of the spoiled fan bases are the
Sacramento.
worst. That's why the Warriors suck. That's the worst fan base because they are so spoiled.
I'm going to go out on a limb here, and y'all probably not going to agree with me. I like Mavericks fans. I don't have a problem with Mavs fans. Even when they won and when they were good back in the early 2000s and 2010s, I thought they were, they were just excited that their team had finally beaten the Spurs, which was, it was get through the Lakers and Spurs and you're home free. And they finally did, and they won. So
what I'll say about the Mavs fans are fine.
Yeah, I was just going to say you have to
Lucas fans are
differentiate.
bad, but it's like SGA fans and Thunder fans. SGA fans are. Can I even?
And there's nothing wrong with that. There's
nothing wrong with being.
You got to cut that out.
But if you rank a player based off of aura or their runway fits, then maybe reevaluate your.
Or did you hear did you see the Timberwolves fans asked if Anthony Edwards? Did you see that thing?
What?
I can't even say it, man.
You can't say it. Oh,
what happened?
When he said that thing one time on it.
Yeah,
on
one
Instagram?
time. Okay, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna block it out. I'm gonna blank it out. So I'm gonna get it out in 5 seconds. All right, ready? When this guy comes up to Timberwolves fans during the first round, and he's like, if
it's not 5 seconds.
The fans are like, well, yeah, and it would be especially nice. Things like that. And, and these are like grown men. I'm like, I make jokes about, doing that, but not grown ass men.
Now.
Yeah, I know.
No.
Yeah. So I gotta blank a lot of this out.
You should blank that out.
Get it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can y'all hear that or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Blank that one.
It's very noticeable.
Cool.
Hey, remember when I lived in that apartment with 3 other guys and you always heard
that was
stuff
awesome.
going? That was bad.
Yep.
Hold on. Let me shoot a quick text out.
Let them know that the best
fine.
sports podcast on the internet going right now is recording live.
Yeah, man. All right. Hopefully I think they're gonna go outside, so it won't matter. Go outside and play.
Go outside and play, kiddies.
Meow. Anyways, I'm going to shoot that. I sent that text off, and they're going to hear me meow. And like, this guy's so unserious.
You are.
Yeah. So we were talking about Pacers, Knicks.
Yeah. So what have we missed?
I think it'll be good. What did you miss?
No. What have we
when
missed?
You had your headset off? What have we missed? I think we got pretty much mostly everything. We have predictions now, so we have our final 8. We're down to the Elite 8. Awesome. I'll go with mine first. I got man, that Thunder's Mavs series. I don't
take
know.
the Thunder. Don't take the Thunder.
You're gonna get.
It's hard to go against playoff Kyrie and a MVP.
Kyrie's hooping.
I know. I'm gonna go Thunder. I'm gonna go against the grain.
Anyone Thunder.
Thunder Timberwolves. So y'all are gonna have Mavs Nuggets. I already know that. I have Thunder Timberwolves.
It's easier than you're making it.
And then I'm going to go Celtics and Knicks because that is the series that we all want. And that's the one that is going to feed generations. And
pending a Halliburton return, that's what we're going to get.
I have a terrible memory. Did you have your headphones on when we were talking about Chris Tapps at MSG in the playoffs?
No. And how are you saying
so
that's
you
going to be
missed
a
that.
nightmare?
It's gonna be. It'd be awesome.
It's going to be awesome.
It'd be awesome.
Well, it's going to be
He's going to
be-
drop 30. He's going to hit a
No.
dagger 3 at MSG. He's going to hit a dagger 3 at MSG. It's going to be a top. It's going to be one of those Mike Breen bang calls. He's going to have to call it against his own Knicks. It's going to be awesome.
Kristaps, they booed you on draft
Yeah.
night. Kristaps, they sent you to Dallas and never helped you out once when you were blossoming into a star.
This is true.
Kristaps, they said you're washed and injury prone and can't play. Kristaps, how are you going to respond in the
Kristaps,
conference
I'm
finals in
pouring
Madison
honey
Square
on
Garden,
you, go.
brother?
Kristaps,
Terrible behavior from Celtics fans.
Yeah. Well, Kristaps does have that total FU attitude. His mental fortitude is like really. I mean, he's been through a lot in his young career, and so I just don't think he's ever rattled. So yeah, he's going to go into New York.
Those
kind of
Europeans,
feeling like the king of the world.
I feel like the Europeans are very dramatic on the court, but they tune out all the outside noise. It's like look at Luka and Jokic. I mean, those guys, yeah, they're kind of drama queens on the court, like I said, but you could talk so much shit to them and they just don't care. They just go out and hoop. They go out and give you your 30, 10, and 10 nightly. So,
man, I'm so overwatching.
Shout out Serbia and Slovenia.
Watching Luka when he's playing not his best is just rough because you're getting all the complaining, all the whining without all of the efficiency and the great scoring. Like he still gets what I've noticed about Luka is he's going to get all of his numbers every night because of how much he's dominating the ball. But some nights it looks way better than others. And in that first round, it just didn't always look very good. But quick shout out to Kyrie.
Picking up the slack.
Just incredible.
Yeah.
Like he was their best player definitively in the first round. And it was awesome because as much as I still,
this is the same.
I'll never love Kyrie again. You know, obviously a lot of bias there. Pretty tough to forgive some of the things that have happened there with the Celtics.
If I forgave Kawhi, you can forgive Kyrie.
You don't have anything to forgive Kawhi for. He got hurt and got bitter and left. But he didn't go on stage and on national TV and be like, man, I love Boston so much. I'm never leaving. And then actually in real time rage quit in a live playoff series. Against the Bucks, he really rage quit. Like he just stopped playing. And it was just insane. I think there's a lot that went on there. Then he comes back a year later, stomps on the center court, spits, and is like, he's just been ugly ever since then. So whatever.
My GOAT.
But he was incredible, and I love watching him. He is just like he's so skilled, so talented. He's an ethical hooper, as some of the kids would say. You know, none of the, he might get like 4 or 5 free throws, and the rest of it's just, crossovers.
It's just buckets. It's Allen Iverson-esque.
Just buckets.
He is. I don't like comparing players, but he is our AI in this generation.
I feel like he's definitely better than AI too. But,
ooh, whoa, okay. He's a champion, so that does put him above AI. But I mean, but it's kind of hard because you can put Kyrie on a team in the 80s and he's going to win 10 in a row. I mean, he would have been. Dude, he would have been burnt at the stake. He would have been burnt at the stake.
Andrew Nemhard on a team in the 80s.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Wow. That's a take.
You could put Keldon Johnson.
No, you could not. I promise you couldn't.
You could put him in Wilt's era. Oh, it's over, dude.
Okay, maybe.
They'd be like, Keldon? This dude's way better.
Is Keldon putting up 50 a night?
Yeah.
There's no 3-point line, though, so he can't shoot 30% from there.
Just buckets, yeah. Just buckets.
I'll give Keldon this. He's a great guy, does a lot for the community. He is a great finisher. He is just a stocky. We'll just.
Why does Keldon Johnson get meaningful minutes?
Yeah,
on
he's
this
getting
podcast?
more run right now tonight than he did in some games for the Spurs this year.
Look, he gets the job.
I'm gonna go eat dinner now, Will.
It's 7:00. Aren't you supposed to be getting your haircut?
Tomorrow, Tuesday,
man,
Will.
tomorrow.
Listening.
That's why Ryan can't watch the Celtics because he's getting a haircut.
Unreal.
Yes,
that's terrible behavior.
I'm gonna miss the second quarter.
I hope.
It's fine. I'll be over.
I'll be over
after
hair.
the game, Spence. I'll be over after the game, or I'll be over after the haircut.
We have a sidebar for those who don't know, and the sidebar right now has Ryan texting dinner time plus we talking about Keldon Johnson, just for reference. It's not that bad.
It's pretty bad.
So
is that message
those are
the message to end it?
No. Because I said I gave my playoff predictions, and of course I have Celtics and Timberwolves in the finals, and the Celtics winning. So let's hear your round 2 and on predictions. It's been one of the Galways.
Okay. All right. So it's easier than a lot of people are making it. It's going to be the Nuggets beating the Timberwolves in an amazing series. I don't think the Timberwolves have what it takes to beat Jokic just yet. Experience, championship pedigree. I don't care that the Nuggets aren't as good as they were last year. I think that they're still going to go on. And then we have the Thunder Mavericks. That one's, I don't know. Honestly, it's going to be a bit of a toss up. I could see the Thunder out shooting the Mavericks. I'm going to go with the Mavericks though. And then I'm going to have the Nuggets going to the finals. In the East, I have the Celtics taking the Cavs probably in 5 games. It would be my guess. I think Donovan Mitchell's going to get one. He's going to have his game where he goes off for 40 or 50. We're going to go Knicks over the Pacers, and then we're going to go Celtics over the Knicks in an all-time Eastern Conference Finals. And then give me the Celtics over the Nuggets.
You're going to say all-time Eastern Conference Finals. It's going to be a sweep. It's going to be a sweep.
It's all-time because of the brands, and these two teams haven't met in a meaningful series in a long time. But let's face it, the Knicks are running out a 6-man lineup. That's it. They got
if Randall can come back and he can gel with the team again.
But they have 6 or 7 guys they
Do you
trust.
put Randall back in? Do you put him in?
I think you have to against the Celtics.
You definitely put him in.
Well, against the Celtics, yeah. If he came back against the Pacers,
no,
I would.
You rest him, or you put him in you put him in just 20 minutes, 30 minutes a game. Now, of course, with Thibodeau, you're not going to do that because you're all in or you're not. So, but yeah, Spencer, go ahead. See if you any changes between Ryan and I.
Mostly agreeing with Ryan. The one thing is that this Nuggets game is tonight, and although I would pretty much never say you should fear for your playoff lives if you're down 2-0, if you drop the first 2 games on your home court, that's kind of a death note. So the Nuggets, although it's only game 2, should really be playing tonight like this is it. Because this Minnesota
be saying
team,
that for every playoff game.
Sure.
There should never be a playoff game where you go, who cares?
Well, no, but I just would treat it with the utmost respect because this Minnesota team, although I don't think they're title ready, is not. They're not. They're too
you give
good.
them 2 games though.
Yeah, they're too
you give
good
them 2
for that.
games, it's trouble.
And then to give up the best home court advantage in the sport, which Denver is. Not just from the fan perspective, but the altitude thing. We talk about it a lot, but it really is it always affects teams. Every time a team goes in there, they're not ready for it, which, you got to tip your cap to Minnesota for winning game 1. But I still, as of right now, would go with Denver in a long series. Denver, I think, would win in 6 or 7. I am going to bet on the experience and the pedigree of a Luka Doncic and Kyrie team. Kyrie has really wowed me. I think he's been one of the 3 or 4 best players in this playoffs so far, and definitely better than Luka. So I expect Luka, he was battling an illness. I expect him to be better. He definitely looks out of shape, and I don't know what it's going to take for him to get serious about that. He looks sluggish. He looks slow at times, going deep into these games where he's, he's expected to play 40 to 45 minutes a night. And he just doesn't always look ready for that. He's not giving you the greatest effort on defense already late in these games. I mean, game 4, was it when Harden just went crazy? He was just letting Harden just walk into the paint. So I But Dallas, I would bet on the rest of their pieces that they've added to pick it up on that side. I think the Maxi Kleber thing's kind of a big deal. He was really good at spacing the floor for them. But I'll still go with Dallas just because OKC is too young and too inexperienced for this. But hey, I would welcome the surprise. Boston, going to take care of Cleveland. I don't see any issues there. And then, I'm going to bet on New York to beat Indiana. Indiana, kind of the same thing. Too young, not good enough defensively. Halliburton is still
terrible.
I mean, Halliburton's one of my favorite players, man. I really want to see him turn it around. But he's had moments. But he had a playoff game last week where he went 1 for 12 from 3. It was rough. But he's definitely a clutch guy, a big moment guy. Somebody I'd want on my team, and definitely one of the best floor generals in the sport. He's good for 10 to 12 assists a night. But these games will be close, but I'll take a really good coach team and Jalen Brunson, who is one of the hottest players in the sport. So Celtics, Knicks, and Mavs, Nuggets. And Will is sending inappropriate messages. I don't know how much longer I can take it, boys. I don't know how much longer I can do this.
I don't know. I like the Thunder over the Mavs, but everything else is right. Actually, no,
they are the 1 seed, so like it's not wrong to think that.
It's one of those rare occurrences though where the 1 seed is okay.
The 1 seed may as well be the 3 seed, may as well be the 4 seed almost. In a way, the West was so jumbled up at the top. The Thunder just as easily could have been a 3 seed, which is not low, but I wouldn't. That's why I just wouldn't let the 1 seed thing like cloud my vision of this. But they are a very good team. I just worry about if I hone in on Shea, who has not shot the ball well from 3. I mean, he's not a 3-point shooter, but
he's not a 3-point shooter.
When he was taking shots,
they don't need him. They don't need him to.
They don't need him to shoot
they're
threes.
The best 3-point shooting team in the league.
This is what I'm saying, though. When they hone in on a guy who makes his bread and butter off of drives, when they shut that down with a 2 big line, if they go big, they can go big with Lively and Gafford. That's something that Valanciunas got played off the floor a lot of the time in that Pelican series. The Mavs have flexible bigs who can slow down.
Here's the problem,
SGA.
though. Here's the problem. You can slow down SGA, but now you have to deal with their shooters on the perimeter, and Dallas is not a good perimeter defensive team. They have Luka and Kyrie out there in the 1 and 2, and they are not good defensive players.
Sure. Well, I would argue that Kyrie played a really good defensive.
Kyrie did. So Kyrie did.
I would say he really locked
that
in.
was against older guys. Kyrie was playing against guys his age. Now you got to go play against guys who the legs are much fresher. They're much quicker. They're more athletic. And now it's like Kyrie might have an oh shit moment on defense where it's like I just can't keep up with these guys.
That's fair. Now you're just betting on the youth of the Thunder.
I'm betting on youth. Yeah,
you're betting on the youth of the Thunder
and
to
their 3-point shooting ability.
Because this series is going to be a big deal. I mean, this was their first round. In game 1, they obviously had jitters. Salute to them for working through it and still winning that game. Every round they progress, though, the moment gets bigger. And this is the youngest team in the playoffs. Do they still hit these shots that they hit in the regular season? When they go on the road, do they still perform at a high level? That's the thing I would be.
I guess we'll find out.
About.
Yeah, that is true.
But
that's
it's going to be a
That's
great
fair.
series.
We'll see. Any thoughts, Ryan?
Well, now I'm 20 minutes late for dinner, so.
Oh, you had dinner?
I don't really
like downstairs?
Yeah,
just waiting on a plate.
We were gonna do a dinner. Yeah, we will. Yeah, sister's here, so it's like.
Oh.
I don't know. I like Shea. He's a good basketball player.
Great take.
I'll text the family my apologies.
Wait, I wasn't done yet. I wasn't done with my analysis. Okay. They have 2 guys with the same name. They're both pretty decent.
Ryan, you can click the little red button.
You're really quiet.
You can click the red button that says leave, and you can have dinner.
Y'all ready for Ryan's rants or what?
Oh, we have that.
If your rant,
I didn't know if.
We have one,
that we
boys.
went over time, don't do it.
That doesn't count.
No. It's
you
fine,
should expect
fine.
an hour and a
My
half of
rant
your day
is-
to be consumed by this.
My rant. You're right. My rant is the commercials for the NBA playoffs that we hear 10 to 20 times a game, probably,
What a promo.
with the same 3 songs. Yeah, so what
Don't let
that is the worst
go.
one. And now I was thinking about doing a Chet Holmgren rant because I hate him with every fiber of my being, and he's
like
a little
genuinely cool guy.
Whoa!
We'll mark that down. No, he's a piece of shit. Mark that one down too. Don't like him. He has the most punchable face in the world, and that's coming from me. All right. And then,
Terrible.
I don't know. I think the fans have really soured me on him. I think that's a big thing to do with it, and I acknowledge that. But he's also not a great actor. I'm not moved by his performance in the commercial. I think he was massively outshined.
By Shay?
We're judging acting abilities of actors on commercials. That's what we're doing. Okay.
Because Jaime Jaquez came to
He
play.
didn't
in
have
this commercial,
words.
right?
He didn't have words.
Exactly, and he still stole
'Cause he's
the show.
hot.
That shows how
That's
good he
it.
is.
He's a good looking dude in a steam
Well-
room with Jimmy Butler.
Well,
So that was his commercial. That was his commercial.
yeah, I enjoyed
I
that.
bet you did.
Anyway, can we get a little variety and kind of have the same 3 crappy songs stuck
Sing
in
the
my
one.
head
Sing
when I'm
the
trying
one.
to enjoy
Sing the
basketball?
Don't
one.
let go.
Ryan, sing your favorite.
Which
Hit that
one?
pose.
The one I text
Yeah.
you the words
Yeah.
to every
Oh,
time.
I
Sing it,
hate
sing it, sing
that.
it.
I hate.
Oh, what is it? Hit that pose. Check that flick.
Shut
Wait,
up!
no,
you know
what is it?
exactly what
Yeah,
it
you
is because you
texted-
text
Hold
me
on,
every
hold on.
damn
Every
day.
time.
You're such a lying. You're such a lying asshole.
Fine. Hit that pose. Take that flick. Check your angle. Post that.
Yeah, exactly. He was like, I don't know what that is. Yeah.
What is the pose and the flick?
I got an image to maintain here. I got an image.
No,
to
you
maintain.
don't. It's over. You're on the show. It's
been over.
chalked.
Never been more over.
It's
It's never been over.
It's always over. It's never been more over, though.
Let's go.
this is a big list today.
What'd you take out?
Well, we're passionate guys.
No. So I had
These are
a few of
clips.
the curses. I do have clips on here. Yeah, like KP.
Your little,
I'm pouring honey on you. Go.
Your little ant moment.
I thought it was
Yeah,
Paolo.
I'm taking the ant moment now.
I thought we were pouring honey on
I
Paolo.
had that one too.
Okay, good.
But this is like
Wait, why
KP.
can't you
How
pour
you're gonna
honey on
respond? Yeah, Ryan's a little KP
Why?
rant. I like that. No, I'm not taking it out. I'm making a
Oh,
clip.
you're.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, it's
Okay,
Can
prime.
we
It's
clip
prime.
Ryan saying hit that pose? Oh, yeah. Let's go.
Okay.
It's on
All
there.
right, that's
It's
fine.
on there, guys.
Oh,
Good.
it's on.
It's so on. All right, Ryan, get us out of here.
Good.
Hit the pose while you do it.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, okay, he just dabbed. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so
In
much for tuning in to
2024.
this week's episode of the Thank You Bro podcast. We have been your hosts, and we are going to go watch some playoff basketball now. Please be sure to interact with us on social media, Instagram, Twitter, not Facebook, and check out our website, tybsports.com, where we will be posting our articles of thoughts, opinions, and some news. And some sports.
Yeah,
betting,
can y'all-
for those
can
of you
y'all
who are into
post-
that, where it's legal.
I'm the last 2 articles. Please join me.
I know.
Yes.
Please join me.
Yes, Ryan. I'm talking
And
to Ryan mainly.
I'm gonna be posting articles again over the past week. I'd been dealing with some personal matters that have now been resolved, so we're gonna be back hitting the ground running.
And I have something in the drafts. It's
Plus,
Bruins
fuck you, Will.
that will be out this week. So tybsports.com and Thank You Bro Sports on Instagram. Just know that if you don't like something you see on the Instagram, it was because Will posted it. So just know that.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. But I will
Hey,
post
I
some,
made a post
some
tonight.
honey goat memes later. I will. Whoever has the
good. You need
performance
that.
of the night will be the honey goat.
Spencer's
Meme.
pouring of the
Spencer's
of the
honey goat.
Yes, that's
Spencer-
good.
Spencer's
My
honey
honey
goat
goat of the day.
performance.
This is a good thing.
You know what? Your responsibility
Oh,
to make a
God.
graphic, but I love that. That's a
There you
great
go.
idea.
My honey goat.
There you go.
Predicting that
You gotta write
tonight's
it down.
my
Don't say
honey
it like
goat of
that.
the night
Don't
will
say
be
it like
Nikola
that.
Jokic. I can't wait.
I hope it's Nas Reed. I really do.
Is that a
If he
sport?
does what he did last night, or the other,
could be.
A
2
Nas
nights ago.
Reed 25 bomb would feed me forever. Top 30
Yes.
player in the league, by the way.
Nas Reed, honey goat.
Better than Embiid. Look who's playing still. That's all I'm saying.
Wow, top 10 then. Top
yeah.
10.
Nas Reed should
I'm
be
with you on that
on Team USA.
Okay.
Nas Reed for MVP next
Yeah,
year?
over Bam
Sleeper
Adebayo, definitely Nas Reed for sure. Nas Reed's definitely better than Bam.
Exactly.
Bam. Boards
Anyways, so
ain't
Ryan-
mine.
Conclude the conclusion.
Thank you so much. If you made it this far, leave us a like, 5-star review. I noticed that on Spotify we have only 4.4 stars. So
That's
I have
that's probably
my
my
I have my
fault.
suspicions.
I
I
probably
have my suspicions.
it's probably one of my haters just hating on me. So
One of your
Just your
exes?
Abilene friends.
Oh,
nope.
my
Maybe I guess it could have
exes
been, but I don't
listen
think
Yeah.
to
But-
TYB.
TYB.
Regardless, we don't listen to the haters here. We're gonna keep doing our thing, and we're here for you, for the people, by the people.
Thank you,
Thank
bro.
you so much, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next week.
Pouring honey. I'm pouring honey on you, Spencer, my goat.
I'm your honey goat.